Hello everybody, I'm Buzz, and I'd like to bring you a review this evening of the Stallion. I got this from Texas Select Vapor. It's a variable wattage mod. It's an aluminum tube with a 510 native connection. It has protection, short circuit protection. Let me look what all it had on here. Short circuit protection, under voltage protection, and thermal protection. So that's pretty much like most of them. See, I got a little scratch in it. It's pretty tough. I took it to work and I dropped it out of my shirt pocket. It fell about 15 feet onto a concrete floor, and it just ended up with that little scratch where it hit a kind of a ledge before it fell onto the floor. So it just fell just like that and kept on working just fine. Let's see. This is the power button, and this is the how you change the power setting, the wattage. You just grab it with a couple of your fingernails and spin it. And if you don't have a meter, that's how I set it. Is I stuck on what I like to vape with, which most of the day I would use a 4.5 ohm cartomizer in a tank, and I generally vape that at about 4.5 volts. I mean 5.4 volts. And as you can see, it don't work. No, it actually works. It don't work if there's nothing hooked up. It doesn't put out any power when you press the button. So if you got it in your pocket and you just spun your tank loose a little bit, or your atomizer, or whatever you're vaping on, then it's real pocket friendly. You don't have to worry about it going off. Okay, and we all know about watts, but for some of you that don't, this is a DNA chip. It's made by Evolve, the same people that make the Darwin, the Opus. It seems like I heard something about another new DNA chip they're coming out with. I don't know. It was just a rumor and just some stuff I heard thrown around a forum. Who knows if that's true or not? Maybe somebody out there does know. They could get back and tell me. I'll post a link down below for to buy this. It's a Texas Select Vapor. Let's see. About the only markings on it is on the bottom. It has says Texas Select Vapor. Imagine that. Anyway, it has a vent there, and it also has, where's that? Has another vent at the top, so that's a pretty nice feature. Let's see. Since it does just have a manual potentiometer, it's you don't have to worry about losing your settings when you change stuff. It's aluminum, and when it came from the shop with nylocks on the thread, which I thought was kind of a nice feature. Doesn't leave me to do it. As I'm posting my review, I can't say, oh, the threads are sticky right out of the box. They thought of that, and they took care of that problem before you got it. So they put a little effort and thought into these kind of things. I like that. Here's one of the cool things, and some people may not think it's so cool. It uses a 22650 battery, and I forgot the brand of these. I forgot. Anyway, they're IMRs. Used as IMRs. And shoot, I should have been a little more prepared. I had that in my head and I forgot what it was. I should have wrote it down. Anyway, this company that sells batteries, they'll put these vendors' names on there if they request it. And I think it's kind of nice that this vendor feels confident enough in this battery that he'll put his name on it. So he's ensuring that he thinks that this is a safe battery. It's kind of comforting to me that the vendor trusts this battery enough to do that. So If the vendor thinks it's good enough, then I think it's good enough. And I don't know. I guess all vendors aren't concerned about my health and my well-being, but I think most of them are. They have an investment. I mean, if they put out shitty batteries and it blows up and blows my lip off, then they'll be paying me a lot of money, right? If they've got their name on it and they're telling me this is the battery and I didn't do any abuse to the mod and they just put out a shitty battery. But I don't think this is the case. These batteries aren't generic. They're not AWs, but I don't think AW makes a 22650. And I get 2.5 days to 2 days of vape time with this mod, and that is why they went with this size battery. It does make the mod kind of big. Let's see, I'll compare it to a couple of things. Oh, inside it has a great big copper spring in there, or brass spring or something. It's not steel. I've never seen a spring quite like that, but I'm guessing that's part of the heat protection. That spring should collapse if it gets hot. And it's pretty thick. It's made out of I think T6, if I remember right, aluminum, which is, or it could be T1 aircraft aluminum. I can't remember for sure, but it's made out of one of the T series aluminum, which are corrosion resistant. They're some of the better grades of aluminum. Okay. And most of you could care less what kind of aluminum it's made out of, right? Okay, how does it vape? It vapes pretty good. What did I do with my tank? Okay, here's a little tank that doesn't match it so well, but I was using it on something else earlier, so it's got plenty of juice in it. Here's my 4.5 ohm cartomizer. Vapes pretty nice. You know, with all these Chinese mods kind of flooding the market right now, this one, it cost $175, and a mid-priced Chinese mod is about $100. The Z Max is $124, and that Versa, which I kind of like, that I got the other day, is about $89. So this definitely costs more, but it works better. I mean, it's aluminum. It weighs nothing. So the weight of that is a battery, and the head itself, the chip and all that stuff in there. It's got some weight to it. It's, you know, there's something in there. It's not just the cheapest thing that they could find over there in Texas. That it's in Conroe, Texas, where Texas Slick Vapor is. It's not the cheapest thing they could find to get you to part with your money. They took some time. They researched this. They used it. They put feelers out. They did what they thought they would like, and they put it on the market for you to buy. And yes, they're doing it to make money. They're not doing it for free, and nobody does that kind of stuff. But at the same time, they've done it kind of with you in mind. They want to make something that you want. It will perform well for you and will last for you. They're not just there to take your money. Okay. So let's put that. And let's see. See, there we got 5.5 volts. That's how I set it. When I have a variable wattage. Kick, or that's the only two things that I've got, this and the kick. And I put that on there, and I turned my dial, my little black dial here, and I set it 5.5, which is what I like to vape at on this ohm of cartomizer. It's losing 1/10 of a volt under load. So what? Anyway, it stays, your battery stays consistent. There's no difference between your first toot and your last toot. You can't tell when it's running out. Okay, let's switch this up, and I'll show you what's really nice about variable wattage. Okay, that's what I like all the time. I grab that every morning when I go to work, and if I'm going outside to play around, that's what I grab. So here's a dual coil cartomizer. I haven't changed anything. Everything's set the same. Put a few drops in there. That's another thing. I started getting these little needle bottles, and because I'm a big time over dripper, and it's hard to over drip with the needle bottles because it doesn't drip very much at a time. It saves me a lot of mess. And what have I done with all my drip tips? Who knows? Oh, there's one. Okay. Here we go with a dual coil cartomizer. See there how it, let me tighten that up a little bit. See how it changes the voltage? It started at about 3.8, 3.7, 3.9. It's reading that, and the reason why it changes that 1/10 of a volt there is because as your coils heat up, your resistance change. So you just saw that the intelligence in this mod working. That's pretty cool, huh? It's not losing volts. You see it gained a volt, or maybe even 2/10 of a volt. So it's kind of, it changes for what you stick on there, which a lot of you know that, but some people don't, and that's what's really nice about that. You find kind of put on what you normally would vape, set it at that, and you can do it just with flavor. Just kind of dial it into what you think tastes good, and whatever you stick on there, you're going to get pretty much the same thing each time. Now here we go with a standard resistance Bogue 801 Fusion. Let's see what we get out of that. .29 volts. What thing? I like them Fusion cartomizers. They really really stick out the vapor, don't they? So there you have the Stallion. No complaints whatsoever with it. I'm really happy with it. I've been using it. I got it on Tuesday, and I've used it a lot since. And what you get with it when you get it, the 175 right now is a kit because of the battery size. Nobody has those kind of batteries. I mean, well, people sell them, I mean, but nobody has them in their vape arsenal. It's not a common battery at all, so they're selling it as a kit. I would imagine over time you can buy it as a standalone mod, but you get just a plain Jane box with a snazzy sticker on it. It's got a real mean looking Stallion on there. Maybe you Bronco fans would like that, huh? There's a foam filled in there so it doesn't get banged around while it ships. You get 2 of these batteries with it, 2200 mAh, 560 batteries, right? Yeah, is that right? 650 batteries. Yeah, that sounds better. You get a nice set of instructions. I'll tell you how to care for your mod, how to clean your mod, what the warranty covers. Basically, product failure, you get a authenticity deal with it. You know, it tells you when I bought it. And oh no, that's when it's assembled, 10/8, and that was about when I paid for it. But since I move around for work all the time, sometimes I got to get my stuff sent to the office, and then I got to wait till the payroll gets sent out the next week, and or after I've moved, whatever. I don't always get it when I order it. Sometimes it takes a week or two for it to catch up to me. And this is the 115th mod that was sold by them guys. And what else? You get a charger. It's an X-Star charger. It's not just a cheesy charger. It's a pretty nice brand name charger. I like the charger. You can plug it into your USB hub, and if you were smart, you would charge your batteries that when you hooked them on your computer, you would put them through your USB hub, so if something goes wrong, you don't short out your laptop. I did that once a long time ago with a cell phone, back before stuff was real reliable. It's an expensive lesson to learn. Has a wall plug. You can plug this into your lighter in your car. Most people have a phone that you just plug it right in. You don't have to keep buying different car chargers. You just plug it in and it plugs multiple phones or charges multiple phones, right? Just a USB power source. So that's what you get. And if you want a nice sturdy mod, something that's built well and that'll last you for a while, I would say give this one a try. It is a little pricier than some of the things that are on the market right now, but it's built really nice, and I could tell a difference in something that's got the cheap circuitry in it. For one, we all know they hit harder, and a lot of people say, oh, the PWM hits harder. They all use PWM. It's the resistance in it. It's the quality of the chip, and the nicer mods, the variable voltage, variable wattage stuff, the nicer ones have a more expensive chip in it, and that's going to make your accessories last longer. Nice performance on these things. Let's see, the only thing I could find a little wrong with it, which I guess not really wrong, the only thing that I do is them buttons are kind of close together, so if I'm not looking at it and I get to go grab it and I accidentally press the adjustment button for instead of the power button. They're fairly close together, but it's not a big issue. That's just something I'm pointing out because it's a review. It's machined well, no gaps in the threading. Everything fits up nice. Has a nice finish on it. It's very smooth finish. And I think I've talked this one about to death, coming up on 20 minutes. But anyway, that's the Stallion from Texas Select Vapor. And if everybody's kind of interested in variable wattage right now because of the Z Max, but it's pretty well fell flat on its nose. And this one, I don't foresee any issues coming with it. So give her a try if you're looking for variable wattage. You'll be happy you did. Keep on vaping.